Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome back to Showbiz Scoop. Today we've got some juicy gossip from the Cannes Film Festival, where Richard Linklater's latest passion project, Nouvelle, premiered to a 10-minute standing ovation. Now, you might be wondering what this French new wave-inspired film is all about, and trust us, it's a wild ride. So, Linklater's new movie tells the story of the making of Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless, considered one of the most iconic films of the French New Wave movement. Shot on film in the 4:3 aspect ratio and told entirely in French, Nouvelle is a love letter to that bygone era of cinema. The film stars Guillaume Marbec as Godard, Zoe Deutch as Jean Seberg, and Aubrey Dulin as Jean-Paul Belmondo. But what's really interesting about this movie is how Linklater approached making it. As an American director tackling a cornerstone of French cinema, he was worried that critics would hate the film. In fact, he was so concerned that he said they'd never show it in France. But of course, we're here to tell you that's not exactly true. Nouvelle premiered at Cannes, and the response was electrifying. The film received a 10-minute standing ovation, which is one of the most impressive receptions of the entire festival so far. And let me tell you, Showbiz Scoop has got all the inside scoop on what's making this movie so special. Linklater himself described Breathless as representing freedom and the notion of the personal film to him as a filmmaker. It was like he had a time machine installed in his brain, taking him back to his early days as a director. He said that making Nouvelle was like going back in time, erasing all his experience and getting back to his first film mentality. Now, you might be wondering what inspired this film. Well, it turns out that Linklater was fascinated by the idea of how Breathless was made, fast, cheap, and out of control. And he wanted to capture that same spirit in Nouvelle. But here's the thing. Linklater wasn't alone in his enthusiasm for French cinema. Zoe Deutch, who plays Jean Seberg in the film, said she'd love to make more movies in Los Angeles, citing its rich history and culture as a major draw. And while it might seem counterintuitive, Linklater himself has nothing but praise for the French film industry. In fact, he believes that the US could use a little bit of that same focus and dedication from our own film industry. He said, "They make sure it's healthy, and they nurture it, and our country, the US, could use a little bit of that." Well, there you have it, folks, the scoop on Nouvelle, straight from Cannes. It's clear that Richard Linklater is a true cinephile, and his passion project has captured the hearts of film lovers around the world. And if you're anything like us at Showbiz Scoop, you can't wait to get your hands on this movie when it hits theaters.